Hey guys, welcome to another video in this series. Today we will be going over necessary documents you need to either become a catering business, a registered food and beverage business, or what you should probably have saved in a folder ready on deck for a catering gig because you get a big client, especially a client that ends up being a company, not individual. They often need these things. So let me actually hop over here first, change my mind. So in here you can see we have a load of certificates, right? It is ideal that all your staff has at least a level 2 food safety and hygiene certificate. Even better is having any managers have level 3. 3 is the highest level there is. The higher the level, the more you know, and the more authority it looks like you have as well. There's really not this huge price difference between these levels either. It might be a 10-pound difference and a couple extra questions on the final test. And I want to say really the only differences had to do with roles in management. Like there was a question specifically around what is not the job of a line cook, and it's like cleaning up the kitchen, prepping food, labeling food, preparing the books for accounting. It's preparing books for accounting is not their role. So it's worth it to have level 3, and it makes your staff look a lot better visually when you say, look, we all have level 3. We made sure we all knew the information. We all had certificates. From there, you're going to need a couple different insurances. Public safety or public liability and market insurance and employer liability. All 3, they might be merged depending where you go through. But essentially you need to show that your staff are covered. If your food makes someone sick, you're covered, your insurance will cover it, and everybody's safe. And the last big one is a RAMS or HACCP. They're the same thing, honestly. Update it every 6 months or so. This is a version from April 2022 I updated. Again, it just kind of outlines literally everything. Preparing of animal products, if you're going to use milk, meat, eggs, how to store, how to chill, how to warm, how to heat, food handling, cleaning, pest control, everything. It's a massive document. It took a while to build. You can find plenty of templates out there, all that fun jazz. But it's essentially saying who is going to do what, who is liable for what, and how you're going to take care of it, right? Bigger companies want this with the insurance, with the health safety certificates, the food and hygiene safety. Smaller individuals just want to see you have food and hygiene covered, right? The big guys want to know you know what you're doing. That's what this document does. That's the legal forms. Other documents you should have on deck. We have SLAs for different occasions like consulting, catering. From here, this catering can expand into each different type of catering service you offer. Time recording, I just haven't done that. But you're going to want an SLA. Again, especially for the business clients, because some of them have weird like internal payment terms. They're like, oh, well, yeah, we'll do half up front, but then we have 45-day payment term for the last. And they don't sneak that in until after the event, even if you tell them, hey, this is due. It'll be a lot of chasing and back and forth. If you have an SLA, have that in there. It's due on or before the event. They signed it. You can present that, and it will override that rule. It's no, you agreed to this. It's also a good spot to put in all your deliverables. So if you have a case like we've had where the client has over 30 emails back and forth, WhatsApp messages, calls, different requests for change that might be verbal and not written, the SLA is where you write it out. So if they say wine glass rental and you say, okay, we're going to bring wine glasses, but they really wanted flutes, and they're like, oh, well, we paid for flutes, you can go back to what they signed, and it's like, I'm sorry, actually, you chose and agreed for wine glasses, so that's why we brought wine glasses. Again, it backs you up. You can say, well, you actually paid for this many canapes, you paid for this much alcohol, XYZ, you can prove it. It doesn't happen much, but it's always good to be on the more cautious side of things. So you can prove exactly what they paid for and what you provided. They paid for 3 servers and you sent 2, and they put up a fight about it. Well, technically you didn't deliver. Yes, stuff happens, but we agreed to send 3 people. We need to send 3 people. That's that. And there's also other documents in here as well. Some will be for another video, so keep an eye out. But 2 important ones I want to go over. It's like a 40-hour booking fee or notice document. This is not necessarily something you send as a whole document, but you might include it in the email or phone call. People tend to forget, even as a catering company, we don't keep stacks of meats and cheeses and wines and beers just in a pantry forever. You can't risk that much spoilage. And if they want something within 48 hours or less, we're not ordering it. It's not going to happen. It's not that we don't want to, it's that it's not happening. So we let them know it will be an extra 15% on top of your final cost, because we are going to have to 100% shop local. This means all our costs will go up compared to our usual quote, because our quotes are competitively priced based on cost of supplier. And this difference is now because we will no longer be able to get our secure pricing. And it's something always good to explain and have it on paper and always be able to send it if they ask, especially if they don't understand. Because again, some people don't fully connect the dots that asking a catering company for a big gig within 48 hours is not the same as going through the drive-thru or calling a restaurant 48 hours ahead. Restaurants plan for a certain amount of people, so often can still take a reservation. Catering companies can't always do that. They can't always shuffle people around, other delivery staff, all that fun jazz, right? But honestly, that's about it. You want food and hygiene certificates? You want your insurances? You want your RAMs or HACCPs? And your SLAs and your booking fee rationales, whatever it may be. If you have any questions or concerns, I welcome you to comment on this video, and I will happily answer them. But until then, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe.